But the reason why I started wanting to speak out was because back during Trump's first term, I started realizing that our people were being weaponized against each other. And I'm not talking our people Antifa. I'm talking our people as in the American populace. We were all being divided on many different topics, tribal lines of left and right, Democrat, Republican, white, black, rich, poor. I noticed that there was too much division being pushed amongst our society for unity to be a thing. I started asking questions, and that got me ostracized from Black Bloc. A lot of my friends, I went from thousands to a couple hundred willy-nilly because I wouldn't go along with their thoughts and their views. And I realized that a lot of people that weren't affecting our groups and were pitting us against one another were very violent people that just wanted to see the world burn. And I understand that feeling and that sentiment, but it is the most self-destructive and weaponized feelings you can get. I started asking questions when they started demonizing everybody on the left as snowflakes and everybody on the right as, well, they had so many different names, it's ridiculous, but they settled on maggots, which honestly, to me, that's no offense because I'm a Slipknot fan, so whatever. But the way I was seeing it, though, is they were meaning it as a way to dehumanize each other, not as a way to just try to make each other feel bad.
Yeah.
And that is where I realized that we were being weaponized. So I started asking questions and started voicing out, and I was getting silenced from the left endlessly. COVID hit, and I got silenced even more. They kept telling me that I shouldn't speak out because I'm the minority. And I'm like, that's kind of the point of the First Amendment.
Also, y'all's whole thing is letting minorities have a voice, right?
Exactly. I'm like, I'm not saying that you have to agree with me. I'm just saying I get a say. And so because of that, I was not welcome amongst the left. And a lot of people tried demonizing me as a far-right fascist. Kind of funny telling an anarchist he's a fascist. But I started calling out Antifa right after that. They tried doxing me. They tried threatening me. And nothing was working because I'm not stupid. I live in a mutual combat state. But they decided the best way to go was to pretend they didn't know me anymore. No affiliation whatsoever. Cold cut. I don't exist. Antifa
like
does.
They never called you comrade?
Yeah, like they never called me comrade. Well, the funny thing is back then they didn't call me comrade. They called me homie. I call them homie. That's how it rolled. Then all of a sudden I started hearing this comrade talk, and I was like, wait a minute. I ain't no commie. I don't like commies just as much as I don't like fascists. And that made me a problem. Because Antifa is communists, not anarchists. There's
So
communists and Marxists, not us. We were the useful tools.
So do you believe that it was Marxist going into it? Do you I'm trying to think of the way to ask this. When you went into it, you're hating communism and Marxism and all this.
Mm-hmm.
So did it just take a while to compute that that's what it was, or do you see it as having shifted in your time?
It shifted in my time. Black Bloc was never originally just communist. There were communists with us, sure. There were Marxists with us. There were capitalists. There were ideologues of any different idea. I mean, we were anons. A lot of us in Black Bloc were just anonymous people trying to make a difference. We were protesting the big bankers. We were protesting people in power that we knew shouldn't be, because they were weaponizing our people. And not only were they weaponizing our people, they were weaponizing our food and our water against us to make it so that way they had more control. A lot of us, we believed that with a decentralized head, we could actually make change, because you can't kill an idea. You can only silence one part. And it's one reason why I never really liked being surveilled. I still don't. This is an exception because I'm tired of the silence. I've been screaming into the void online being told that I don't exist. And if that means I have to put a name to a face and they can try to come after me, I'm not scared of them. What are
And
they
if they
going to?
try to, at this point, the law's on your fucking side. I mean, you and I cast the same vote. We knew it was going to happen. The law is on our side for people who've stepped away, and it's our time right now to say these things and to educate the public while they're listening, because it's not just the people on YouTube taking us seriously. Like, yeah, the feds are probably listening to this as soon as it uploads. They're already on my channel. And in this moment, I believe the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I do not like the federal government.
I hate the feds, honestly. Yes, if you boys are listening, I do despise you, and I know that you listen to my shit and you try to restrict me. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I respect that you're Americans as well, and I will always give you a voice, even if I don't respect it.
Yeah. Because we're all Americans. If we're going to be pushed into war, we have to make friends with as many people as possible. And what the right and the Christian conservatives have shown me, dude, there is basically nothing but forgiveness on the other side. I expected fuck yous. I expected to be lynched. I expected to be screamed at. I occasionally get some flack, but for the most part, it's love. And that's what it should be.
Exactly. I get flack from the right as well, but they were the ones who actually welcomed me. They said, you know what, we can agree to disagree. I still love you as a human being, and I still welcome you as an American patriot. That's the thing. My first time arguing with a few of my leftist friends when everything got very, very hot conflict between the left and the right, they screamed at me and called me names they knew I wasn't. And then they blocked me. Whereas with my right-leaning friends, I still am friends with a majority of them. There's a couple that got very extreme, but hey, it happens in this type of a political climate, sadly. But most of them, they just looked at me and they said, you can think whatever you want. I disagree with you, but we could still have a conversation and drink. We could still sit down, play a game of cards.
Yeah. Which realistically, I'm sure you feel the same way. That's
Yeah,
all I ever wanted to do with my old homies in Antifa. That's all I ever
yeah.
wanted to do. Agree to
Yeah.
disagree, have
I'm
a
a I'm a
conversation.
nerd. All I want to do is have fun and hang out with people and make people smile, help people out. That's all I really want to do. I don't want to be a part of any conflicts. I don't want to have to put my head out there into this political climate, but at the same time, somebody has to. And I knew your frustration when I saw you on JD. You literally were screaming into the void for a year, you said. I've been doing it for almost a decade. So I feel you. I feel you entirely. And I honestly had almost given up hope on de-radicalizing anybody, because at this point I was being gaslighted as I don't exist. And how can somebody who doesn't exist make any change?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I noticed that the far left likes to do. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't matter. You don't exist. And then when something gets weaponized against them, oh, we don't exist.
It's like detransitioners, they didn't exist. And it's like a
Mhm.
lot of them still pretend like they don't. It's like you don't get to hurt people and then just dismiss them out
Yeah,
of existence. Like that's fucked up.
exactly. I don't know how many family and friends I've lost to this cult. I And why? Because I'm born and raised on the West Coast. A lot of us are freaking blue. I'm a center left anarchist. Like, I don't believe in anarcho communism, but I don't believe in anarcho capitalism either, because that leads to technocracy eventually. And they're just sitting there, just like, oh, well, you can't be in the middle. I'm like, I can't have my own opinion? How does that make any sense? And I never heard that from a Republican. I always heard it from Democrats. And that's the part that mind boggled me, the side that claims they're inclusive and loving. The side I used to stand alongside and go, yeah, racism's wrong, bigotry's wrong. You know, screw fascism, tyrants suck. Now all of a sudden, it's okay if they force a experimental medicine upon the populace. And it's a good thing. It's okay to put a mask over your face to remove your humanity. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to make it so children start having speech impediments because they can't understand each other with those masks. That's a good thing. Don't believe your lying eyes, believe the science. And it's the science that they believe. It's all pseudoscience. It's all theoretical. Most science is theoretical. You're supposed to be able to question all science. That's what science is.